Want to know the fiscal picture of your city in 300 seconds or less? I'm Charles Blaine, and this is Texas Tomorrow. It's that time of year again. Kids are singing, fireplaces burning, stores are packed, and we all sit around anxiously awaiting the release of comprehensive annual financial reports. CAFRs for short. Now, I'm certain that no one actually listening to this is sitting around waiting for the release of annual financial reports from their local governments, and if it sounds boring, then it's because it is. But bear with me. This will take 300 seconds or less, and I'm sure it will be helpful in some way. Knowing about and reading through these reports gives you so much insight into the operations of your local government. CAFRs are released annually by local governments at the end of the year, usually between Thanksgiving and Christmas, but a lot of local governments will issue them between Christmas and New Year's when no one is paying attention and they know that when you come back, you'll be inundated with other things. But anyway, they're usually released about 100 days or so after the end of the fiscal year, not the end of the calendar year. And they give you the best snapshot of your local government from a government perspective. In a lot of larger cities like Houston, it's issued by the controller who has no control over day-to-day spending and is duly elected. And so issuing this report on the actions of the mayor and city council almost acts as a check and balance, in theory. The CAFR gives you exact or close to exact data on full-time employees, pension and healthcare costs, population estimates, historic tax revenues and tax rates, sales tax, hotel tax, all this data that's very useful. The list goes on. And a lot of the data is mentioned throughout the year, but it's hard, if not impossible, to find it in a consolidated form or keep track of it throughout the year. And this is your way to do so. So why would you need this information? Well, it's the best insight into the health of your city. If the budget is the document that tells us the city's plans and goals, then the CAFR is the annual checkup that tells us how healthy or unhealthy it is based on how it's managed by the people we put in place. So when your elected official tells you they lowered the tax rate for 5 consecutive years, you can easily point to the page that shows that while it may be true, they also collected more revenue each year in those 5 years. Or during an alleged hiring freeze, you can point to the fact that they didn't apply that hiring freeze to administrative staff. And when they pass a budget and claim it increases public safety spending, the CAFR is your way of verifying that at the end of the year. Now, I didn't promise this would be interesting. I promised it would be informative. And it is. For you to be a good and active citizen, you need to know the full story, the raw data, or at least the data as how it is presented by that local government. You got to know what's going on. Otherwise, your complaints will fall on deaf ears. And now, while some electeds, your complaints are always going to fall on their deaf ears, at least you'll have the facts on your side. So check out your city's or county's CAFR and just read the highlights, usually the first page or in the charts towards the end. Thanks for tuning into this week's episode of Texas Tomorrow. Please like, share, comment. Let us know if there's an issue going on in your neighborhood that you'd like us to talk about.